Hey guys, so this should have been a live stream today. In fact, I planned a live stream all week, but I get caught up with work, I get caught up with messing about with my computer, and today when I was going to do it, I had to phone up the doctor for a prescription, and now she's going to call, and I just know that as soon as I go live, I'll get the phone call. It's always what happens. So I've decided to do a relaxed video like this. And I'm kind of inspired to do this as well, just from watching David Harry's videos. He's been doing these kind of relaxed style videos, which I quite enjoy. So I'm not going to say I'm copying him. I'm going to say I'm inspired by him. But yeah, what I'd like to do today is just kind of catch you up with what I've been doing over the last month, and then just kind of talk about what I'm trying to do over the next month. So the way I've been publishing videos on YouTube recently, I'm not going to say it's sporadic, but there has been periods where I've not been doing anything for a week or so. And the reality is that I need to work. I'd love to be able to just do YouTube every single day of the week, but I need to make money. And that's why there's spells where, I don't publish videos for a few days or whatever. And that's even more so when I spend a lot of money and then I need to take on more work to pay for it all. But over the last month, from a YouTube point of view, most of the videos that I've done have been related to computers or the PC that I'm building. And I realise that's not what everyone wants. I know that a lot of you, they love me talking about mobile phones and they love me talking about different things, but I'll be honest, it's quite good to take a break from mobile phones as well. I still love mobile phones, and I'm still, watching a lot of videos about it. I'm still reading a lot of news about mobile phones. I must admit though, sometimes when I pick up a new phone, like this one for example, I'm going to do a video about this, but there's only so much you can say about it because it's so similar to another video that I've done, another phone that I've done, sorry. And I just feel like I'm going over the same subjects. I guess it's just a small evolution every phone and every year, but I'm definitely going to come back and do more videos about phones. But in the meantime, I have been enjoying doing some different videos and talking about different topics. And I have been enjoying talking about computing stuff. It is something that interests me. It's been about 3 years since I've last built a PC. And in that time, I've had lots of laptops come and go. But this is the first time in a long time that I've really got hands-on and started tweaking things and testing things and monitoring things and fixing problems. That's another reason why I've been a little bit sporadic over the last few weeks. My computer works great, but I have run into a number of issues. The motherboard isn't running at Gen 4 speeds unless you tweak it. I had a lot of blue screen of death messages. All the blue screens were popping up from Windows because of riser issues, which is quite common, I guess. And the graphics card VRAM is throttling as well. So I've been tackling all these little issues, and I've been recording what's been going on, and I've been applying changes. So in the future, I'll do a video, like a future video, showing what I've been doing with the build and showing all of those changes. So that'll be a long-ish, 30-minute-ish video where I talk about all of that. But that's really what I've been spending my time with over the last few weeks. And over the next few weeks, I will do some more videos about that. But I am looking forward to some, doing some different things as well. So right now I'm recording with the VideoMic NT-G, which I still haven't reviewed, so that's something I should maybe look at one point. I've also got the Wireless Go and the Lavalier Go. Now, I bought this at this point 6-7 weeks ago. I had this on my Amazon wish list, right? I've got an Amazon wish list, which if I find anything interesting in Amazon and it's not like essential and I don't need it right now, I add it to the wish list and eventually I get round to buying it. So I bought this around Christmas and it's sat there. It's sat there doing nothing. I've still not opened it, so that's something else I'll maybe do in the future. I'll open this up and I'll do a video and I'll test that out. Although, again, it's one of those things that I've talked about this before. The problem with reviewing stuff on YouTube is there's kind of no point in reviewing older stuff. Once a product's been out a year or so, it doesn't matter how good your review is, it doesn't matter how good your unboxing is, it doesn't matter. You will not get any views. It is totally weighted against you, and the system is rigged. I'll say that, but that's the thing. If you don't review these at launch, you don't get any views. So that's kind of why I've been holding back as well, if I'm honest. But the other thing I'm going to be tackling over the next week, weeks, because I've not bought it yet. The other thing I'm going to be looking at is buying an eGPU. So external GPUs, like Thunderbolt 3 chassis, GPUs. I've been looking at them for the last few years, and I nearly pulled the trigger on it last year. But every time I looked at it, I just started looking at the bottlenecks, and I thought, well, I don't really need it. I'm better to upgrade the computer, and I just put myself off. But it's something I've always been fascinated about, and it's something which I am going to buy. So I'm going to buy an eGPU, maybe the Razer Chroma X or X Chroma, whatever it's called. I'm still reviewing my options, but I'm going to buy an eGPU. And what I'm hoping to do is test the graphics cards that I've got, and I'm going to test them on the PC, on the motherboard, maybe test them Gen 4, test them Gen 3, look at the benchmarks, and then I can run them through this laptop. Now, this is a Dell XPS laptop, which is about a year and a half old at this point, roughly. And it's got Thunderbolt 3. I can't remember if it's 4 lanes or 2 lanes, but it does have Thunderbolt 3. But I can't really play games on that. Like, for example, if I download Call of Duty on that, it'll just say you don't have a graphics card because it's integrated graphics. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when I hook up a good graphics card and then hook it up to this laptop and then see what games I can play. Now, clearly, you know, I'm going to be bottlenecked by the CPU. That's the big thing there. But I'm interested in getting an eGPU to test that. When I did a video about it last year and I talked about eGPUs, one of the things that kind of came up was there's a lot of people interested in this, but also there's a lot of people that don't understand the limitations of them as well. You know, there's people posting with like dual core Celeron saying, will I be able to play 4K if I buy this eGPU? So I think there's a lot of people that don't understand the limitations of, you know, you're going to bottleneck the CPU or the bandwidth is going to throttle and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to do that. And in preparation of that, I bought this. Yes, it's another graphics card. This is the cheapest one I've bought though, and this is a 3070, but it's actually the same price as many 3060 Ti's. It was £549 or $554 delivered, and that is what's going to go into the eGPU, and then that means that this laptop and my computer as well, I can test eGPUs. So I went for that one because it was smaller. That's one of the reasons I went for this one. It's dual fan, it's smaller than a lot of the other cards, which means that if I went for one of these larger cards, I would have been stuck having to only work with the larger eGPUs. This is a little bit more flexible, so it also means I can use this in an ITX build later. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what that can do. But what I'm going to be doing with that is, for example, testing that on the motherboard. I'll test that on the laptop, and I'll test gaming, but I'll also test DaVinci Resolve. So the video editor that I use actually supports, well, the premium version supports GPU acceleration. So it'll be interesting to see how much more powerful my video editing setup can be by hooking up another graphics card. So there's things like that I'm going to be looking at over the next month. A lot of what I'll be doing though, a lot of it's going to be testing and monitoring and kind of checking things out. I mean, I guess that's the problem I've had with a lot of videos that I've done in the past, is that when you review, and you know, there's only so much you can talk about with certain things. You know, like a phone or a keyboard or something like that. You can tell, you know, you can give your thoughts on it, but there's not really much mystery about it. And I do find it interesting to look at graphics cards and look at computers and different things, kind of push them to their boundaries and say, well, people are saying this, is it true? So that's things that I'm hoping to do over the next month. But I will be doing more computing stuff. Be prepared for that, because I'm probably going to be moving both my PCs into new PC cases for improved airflow, just to make it easier to work with them, etc. So I'll be doing that at one point and moving everything over. And yes, after that, well, I've still got a lot of stuff on my Amazon wishlist. So I will do a live stream soon, guys. I do promise I will do that. Hopefully next week I'll do that. I'm really looking forward to doing a live stream. It's probably the most enjoyable aspect of running a YouTube channel, if I'm honest, but certain videos don't really lend themselves to doing it on a live stream. You don't want to see me messing about with something for 4 hours in a live stream. You know, messing about, a screw's not going to get in and all that. But yeah, guys, I hope you're all okay. I hope you're staying safe. Stay tuned. I do have a lot of videos coming. In fact, I've got like 2 or 3 that I need to edit already, which will be in the pipeline. And yeah, stay safe, guys, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care.